Hello everyone, Joydeep Mukherjee once again on behalf of RevSportz, and the World Test Championship Day 2 has come to an end. Firmly Australia in the driver's seat, India struggling, but they're not out of it yet. Miracles do happen everywhere in life and more so on a cricket field. I was really happy with the way India came out this morning. You know, they had their bowling plans in place. Paras Mummy must have sat with the bowlers and spoken to them about which of the areas they erred in, and they really looked in a good space. They hit the strap straight away, and although the wicket of Travis Head, it was a bit lucky because anything caught by the keeper down the leg side, as it was with David Warner, there is a luck factor to it, and India were lucky that in the top 5 there are 2 batters that were caught down the leg side by the keeper, and that is a dismissal that you cannot plan. It just happens. That apart, I thought even the way Smith got out and everybody else just got on top of the Aussie batting was really good to see. Now, anytime you get big runs in a one-off final, it's always difficult, whether it's a 20-20 game, 50-over game, or a test match, and a 450 plus score is a massive one. So India were always up against it, and what I loved about the Aussie bowling, so Stark started and he looked really off colour. Now, in his 2 overs, not just the runs he gave, but the ball didn't come out of the hand right the way he wanted to. And often we feel that the batters can be out of form, but sometimes even the bowlers can be out of form. Their rhythm can be off. Something, the run-up, the little mound, something could be bothering them, where the foot is falling, something, and then everything goes haywire. So it was evident that Stark hadn't hit the straps. What was really good to see is Pat Cummins, the skipper, straight away realized that, and he was proactive. He got Scott Boland. Now, what a bowler. 13 average, phenomenal. So he's like a machine. He's like a banker. He bowls in the right places all day. And him and Cummins in those first few overs were relentless to Shubman Gill and Pujara. And the amount of balls that would hit the stumps. Now, that's not an easy skill set to have. Because when you say hit the stumps, if you're lit this much fuller, that's a half volley, that's going for 4. So that's the reason why bowlers tend to err on the shorter side, because you've got some leeway over there. But once you're a little bit too full, if you miss that exact length that Scott Boland bowls, then it's a 4 ball. And just to stay away from that one, you feel that okay, maybe if I'm a foot shorter, I'm better off. But then the potency of your ball goes. So when we say hitting the pad, as it was in the case of Rohit Sharma, or hitting the stumps, as it was in the case of Shubman Gill and Pujara, you have to have the special ability to bowl balls which are full enough to hit the stumps and yet go for 2 runs and over. That is an amazing skill set to have. Scott Boland did the job, and then later on we saw even Virat, who looked really good for his stay. He was so caught up in getting forward, the forward press of his, got a peach of a delivery from Stark. And Stark can do that on a day when he was going about 5.5, 6 runs and over. He produced one delivery which got the best batter in the team. That's the reason why he's always so dangerous. Rahane looked really good while he was there. Yes, there was a no ball which had him plumb in front, but that's how the cookie crumbles. Along with that, he got hit on the helmet, got hit on the finger, but he's a fighter. He stuck it out. I think there was a point when he got stuck in the finger and he was wondering, because he put the strap, he put the gloves on, he took it off again. He had a little chat with the physio. Did he think about leaving the ground? But he knows that once you leave the ground, the pain increases. So just get in the heat of battle. Just stay in the heat of the battle, because then the pain becomes less, or it becomes bearable. Once you go out and put it in the ice, then you're far away from getting back in. So after that, we saw Rahane Jadeja, a breath of fresh air, the way they came and played, in the confidence of winning the IPL with 10 runs in the last 2 balls. He had a great IPL, runs flowed freely off the bat, seemed like nothing was happening, but then he flirted with a ball which was outside off stump, an innocuous delivery really, and he looked distraught. He was in his stride for about 30 seconds after he got out, then took about a minute and a half to get off the field. That's how distraught he was, and his disappointment was all over his face. So all in all, India up, on the ropes, that's for sure. The first hour tomorrow will be very, very important. If India can not lose more wickets, and there are not too many in the hut, they are still in the game. Otherwise, Aussies will take a stranglehold on this game. So everything to play for. This is the World Test Championship final, after all.